This is going to be a very serious video, so I'm gonna need you to strap in. Because if not, then like a lesbian, I might strap you. I played Undertale years ago, watched multiple playthroughs, and although Frisk low-key looked like an Asian caricature, I never said a word. Now it's 30 years later, I'm still working at Walmart and it's either theory crafting or GTA easy way out, so I'm gonna give you guys the truth that no one else is willing to say, because this time, I will not be silent. W.D. Gaster, the creator of Deltarune, is not just Gaster. He is Satan's greatest soldier of the 21st century, King Vaughn. I know what you're thinking. Seth, we barely know anything about WDG, and now you're saying it's Master of Oblachian Arts, King Vaughn? Nigga, are you tripping? One, just trust me. I'm sure with the evidence I bring, you will 100% understand if you just hear me out. And also, calling me nigga is crazy. A lot of you are gay and caucus. Just chill on that nigga word for me. I'm not mad though. It's okay. I love you gay niggas. Straight niggas, go colonize an indigenous country or something. But forget Columbus Day, because it's time to break this down. From what we know about Gaster, there are only a few things. Yes, Toby Fox has only teased a single sprite of him. One of his aliases. Another alias he goes by is the man who speaks in hands. Through his use of wingdings, which convert hand signs to common English, who else speaks in hands? King Vaughn. Constantly throwing up his set and gang signals to his fellow gangsters, Gaster followers, who are known as the followers of Gaster. King Vaughn has similar followers, those who are willing to slime just for his name alone. Some of you might be thinking there's another contender for Vaughn, a deadly killer already known in Deltarune, the hometown butcher. And I understand, he's merciless. If he wants you gone, he'd do it himself. But I have an answer for this too. As we know, he's got to be a part of Gaster's gang. He was previously a Gaster follower in Undertale, so it makes sense that he'd be the same here. But instead of Vaughn, just look at his eyes. Soulless, a fake smile to complement his murderous intent. Someone that was a part of King Vaughn's following. Lil Durk. Someone who makes millennial-ass songs with J. Cole, acting friendly to the public like someone else we know, and then turning into what everyone else would least expect once the time struck. I mean, just look at his eyes. Normal NPC is Lil Durk, which even further enhances the idea of Vonster. There aren't many lines that Vonster, King Von Gaster, has spoken in the games. But out of all lines, I find this to be the most damning one of them, in which he says, and I quote,
"Fuck niggas acting like I ain't on the game. Shit, I finna just take away your choices then, bitch ass nigga."
And only a real ass nigga, someone with street cred, would say that for real, so he must either be black or a Mexican. And after going deeper into the files, I was able to find a video of Vonster.
WD, what's that? Yeah, that's Gaster. Having too much fun. I'm a Leo ass plaster. Who's he? I'm him, my nigga Chris. They ain't them, the man who speaks in hands. Dare you to find out then. I really fucking nigga up. Yeah, I can say that word. Nigga, fuck that bird. Get these hands on a wing. Yo ass gonna be a goner. You was weird, I do a genocide. Roots for a slut ass gore. I'm coming for that candy ass, you sexy bitch.
Maybe this was just a glitch, but a coincidence this heavy? A UTDR diss track? By Gaster? Or by King Vaughn? In Undertale, Gaster specifically is only encountered depending on your fun value. And what does SpongeBob tell us fun stands for? Friends, which King Vaughn had, you and me, which King Vaughn had, and niggas, which King Vaughn is. The entire reason the genocide route is a thing is because of King Vaughn. How, you may ask? In the genocide route, there are 6 main bosses that you end up fighting. Toriel, Papyrus, Undyne, Metaton, Sans, and Asgore. Flowey doesn't count because he's a bitch-ass nigga with no hands. Gaster is 6 letters. King Vaughn's real name is Davon, which is 6 letters. 6 bosses, 666. And what happens when you turn those numbers upside down? 999. A certain damage indicator. Thought I was going to say something about Juice WRLD, the greatest hard R user of our generation? Vaughn was also known to be an absolute demon, putting fear into the hearts of man.
One of Satan's greatest soldiers was King Vaughn.
The devil incarnate, 666. In the Powerpuff Girls, there's a character that represents and looks very much like the devil. And what is their name? Him. And what is Gaster's alias? Him. But there's also the pacifist route. This actually makes sense, as although King Vaughn was definitely a monster, he had a very human side to him, actually creating good and change in the O-Block, while his death was wished upon by many.
But I was happy as hell when I found out what they did. Nigga, I cooked for the whole day.
Just like when taking the route in genocide, Undyne can fill the hopes of all monsters to take you down for the underground, similar to the GDs. Well then, how do we explain anything in Deltarune? What about Sans and Papyrus? Simply, Chris is a vessel. Chris is a purely vengeance-created puppet with life that Vonster made to find his pieces. Gaster is known to be in pieces across time and space, but what does that mean? Look at Gaster. What's so different about him, or the other odd monsters in UTDR? He's fucking bald. Now, usually I would discriminate him and call him diseased, as all bald people are, but this is different. I'm sure Gaster can harness determination. I mean, even Undyne did it. But if someone way stronger and capable than her could do it, and at high levels, what do you think would happen? Vaughn harnessed his determination at such a high level that he morphed his body and lost his hair, his dreads, which, unlike clumps of hair, when they're taken out can be held like a single item. There are many items in Deltarune that are a little inconspicuous that you can collect, eggs or even shadow fragments. These are Vonster's previous dreads. That's why when looking through them, Chris thinks they see different visions, things you haven't experienced, almost like alternate timelines. The man scattered across space, a world by his creation, purposeful or not, these are his. Sans and Papyrus, they have a connection to Gaster. Sans uses a Gaster blaster, and Sans and Papyrus share similar moves. This is because Sans and Papyrus are GDK. They are the recreation of Vaughn's sadly fallen friends. Vonster created Sans first when he had more power, giving Sans more otherworldly knowledge, which is why he has the recollection of timelines and time abilities. He was weaker when he made Papyrus, which is why he's the younger brother and he's more clueless. But how do you know the shadow crystals are his past dreads? Shadow, synonymous with darkness. This is either a link to the sinister essence of Vaughn, or that he's black. And crystals are usually in tandem with the idea of spirituality, which things like determination and souls would easily link to. But Chris, a vessel to find Vaughn's dreads? Why wouldn't he do it himself? King Vaughn made a great impact on O-Block. O-Block also has a known furry in their midst, meaning there's a good chance King Vaughn supports furries. And if you support furries, you most likely support LGBTQ. Fuck black people though, niggers. So Chris being non-binary and using they-them pronouns makes sense. Vonster wanted to be inclusive and show that he's an ally. Even more reason for King Vaughn to be Gaster. And with all that evidence, I feel that it's time to give the full backstory and explanation for Vonster. An explanation that will turn you from a non-believer into a Vaughn believer. Many a time ago, King Vaughn was born of O-Block, a human-monster hybrid, constantly referred to as a demon because of his sought for violence. But he always had a human heart, a soul. Using that violence, he brought prosperity to his own block. But one day, he was finally slain in a bout, or so they thought. Before finally succumbing to his injuries, he woke up on the operation table with pure determination, searching for his weapons to continue fighting. He seemed unstoppable until he finally dropped. His soul began to slip until his determination grew even greater.
I will not fall until I will come back. I will kill you!
In his fit of rage, his determination began to break down his monster body, but what was human kept him whole. Rifts in time began to appear and his dreads fell into different pockets of space. His skin turned white and his eyes had been hidden by darkness of revenge that had consumed him. His power had grown, but he had lost himself.
My dreads! If I can get those back, maybe my power, I can return!
He had experimented with his power, creating places where he wished to commune like the human he used to be, but they never spoke his own language, until he lost his ability to speak, having only the gang signs he used to use as communication. He began science experiments with people and towns he created, almost finding a love for it, but the lack of communication and that violence and hatred for his past fall he could not contain. So he ran, or otherwise, watched. Timelines and dimensions created where he could run tests. How great was his power? What could he attain? Where were his dreads? And now currently, he watches over worlds and timelines waiting for the perfect match, the perfect vessel that can collect his 5 dreads, so he can one day return to Earth. I believe this theory 100% to the point where I believe it to be law. Yes, because I made it, and I can't be wrong, but also because what that exactly means in the greater arc of Deltarune. It's a tale that constantly challenges identity, personality, romance, reason, even the idea of gender. That the person you are is always malleable. That if you care and you want to change, you can, even if it may not change what's bound to happen. That everything could go right and feel enjoyable, and that it can easily become downtrodden and feel terrible the next. But you still choose to be the person you are nonetheless. Your past, your future, the want to stay in the present, the wish to be someone or somewhere else. All of it is beautifully important. Vonster is my self-expression of exactly that. For what is the expression of self without the people that make it so? Art is beautiful not because it is made by a human. It is beautiful because it is human. So be human. Be art, and don't woe yourself for that expression. The boos of fools mean nothing, as I know what they've cheered for.